Okay, so we're going to solve this problem for homework A. We're going to say that if the function is given for in this 4, then f should then converges to 0 pointwise. So by Bartol's book, we can follow that definition. I mean, everybody has the same definition. So the sequence f should then converges pointwise to f if for every epsilon bigger than 0. This is page 65 from Bartol. If for every epsilon bigger than 0 and x belongs to x, there is a natural number in epsilon x such that if m is greater or equal than capital N epsilon x, then f n x minus f of x is less than an epsilon. Okay, so always it's useful to set out my graph. So what is my function doing? So my sequence of function, not my function, my sequence of function is doing. So my first function is between 0 and 1, let's say. Well, usually sequences doesn't start at 0, they start at 1. So let's say 1 and 2. So here, that's my first function, f of 1. Then f(x1, 2, 3). My next function is this one. This is f of 2. My next function is from 3 to 4, and it's this one. Okay, so in general my function is n plus 1 here f sub n x. Okay, I don't think I have any problem. I was gonna skip here on the internet. Okay, so this was f of 3. Okay, so it said the sequence f sub n converges pointwise to f if for every epsilon, so let epsilon be fixed. So you fix your epsilon, okay, and fix x belongs to x. So we're gonna fix an x belongs to x. Okay, there is a natural number n, so that's our job. Find this n, so that isn't that the small n is bigger or equal than this capital N, then the sequence is less than epsilon. Okay, so we know that's the question, right? So we know this guy is f. Okay, so I have to prove that f of n of x minus f of x, right? And this is f sub n of x is just psi n plus 1 of x minus f of x. What is f of x? 0. Sometimes you can guess. I mean, most of the time you can guess, right? I just give it to you, but you know, just to make it to don't scare you, but I'm sure you could figure out that it has to be 0. And then you see you have this. Okay, so you basically have psi n plus 1 x. Okay, and here is where you when you had to go to your proof. So here we erase for a second. So first you fix epsilon, okay, you don't know where to put it yet, but then fix x, okay, this is my x. So what I know about this x? Well, I know that it must be an n sub 0 or an n. There is an n, let's call it n sub 0, so that x is in that interval, right? If you choose 1000.25, so that 1000.25 is between 1000 and 1001. So that's my n sub 0. So n sub 0 is just the integer part of x. Okay, so you know that notation. But you know, this is x is gonna be, there is gonna be an integer before and integer after. Okay, and we say let n, you can say let n be, well, you're gonna choose n, right? So let's study this. So what is psi of n sub 0 plus 1 of x? What is it? Is 1. Okay, by definition. But what is gonna happen after this? What is gonna happen after this is that if n is bigger or equal than n0 plus 2, so the next function here, right, the next function is gonna be here, and from there, after there, always that function evaluate any function bigger than n sub 0 of the sequence. So what I mean is f of n of x is gonna be 0 if n is bigger or equal than n0 plus 2. Okay, that's right, because all of them are gonna be to the right. So this guy is gonna be 0. So when that happens, so psi of n of x, n plus 1, is equals to 0. If n is bigger or equal than n0 plus 2. So let me read this. Okay, so this guy is equals to 0 if n is bigger or equal than n0 plus 2, and that clearly is less than epsilon. So we have proof that if you choose, you can give me the epsilon you want. You choose the x. You know, I let you. Okay, you choose the x, whatever you want. You choose the x, and then I will choose an n sub 0 and n sub 0 plus 1 containing the x, and after n0 plus 2, these guys are gonna be 0 after n0 plus 2, because at this point is 1, so I just have to take the next one, and this is gonna be equal to 0 less than epsilon, and that's why this is pointwise convergent. Okay, so have fun with the other ones. So by the way, final exam has to be by Friday. Okay, so I need to have everything by Friday, because finals and everything is until May 11. Okay.